etalk presents Harry Styles live in Manchester.
Look
Whoa.
at that suit.
How are you?
So good to see you.
Great
How
show.
are you? Oh, thank you.
On this
Great
one.
suit. Yeah, you're in
Thank
this
you.
one.
Are you based here?
No, Toronto. We
Thanks
flew
for
all the
coming.
way here for you.
Thank you for coming.
And you know what? It was worth every second of it. Thank you.
Thanks.
No, the show was incredible.
Wild about Styles. Following in the footsteps of some of the world's biggest artists, Harry's solo career is going full force as he heads to Manchester for the special Harry Styles at the BBC.
How was it going into that show? Was it just like nerves? What were you feeling walking into that?
I was looking forward to going on tour. I'm looking forward to going on tour now. I mean, it's so fun. I feel like I haven't performed for a while. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Was it surreal seeing all the fans, like singing all the words and kind of catching you?
I think you don't always get a chance to kind of play the album all the way through like that, and you know, to have people singing everything is amazing.
Adele, Michael Bublé have done these kind of performances. What does it feel like knowing that that caliber of artists have walked into the same situation, and here you are on your debut album?
I just feel incredibly lucky to get to, you know, do the same kinds of things as people that I'm such a massive fan of.
We meet up moments after the taping where talk turns to the former One Direction star's first solo tour.
How are you feeling walking into that? Like, how do you prep for that?
I always just want it to be fun. I have so much fun performing, so I want to make sure that people who come to the show, whether you're a big fan or not necessarily, you have a good time and enjoy the show. And I think that's always been my kind of main focus with kind of putting stuff on. And then I've only got 10 songs, so it's been a lot about, you know, working out what we're going to do, and we've had a lot of fun kind of working out some covers and stuff, so it's going to be fun.
Any ones that you can tease for us?
No.
No, you can't give us that. It's okay, it's okay.
Come
We'll wait till you come to Toronto. It's fine.
I'm looking forward to it.
Making his first Canadian stop at Massey Hall in Toronto back on October 4th, his fans from the Six are strong, and so is Harry's Canadian connection. The 23-year-old made headlines this past summer when he was photographed north of Toronto in Muskoka, enjoying the cottage life with Cindy Crawford and her family. Friends with the Crawford-Gerber crew for years, Harry tells me there's a lot to love about our country.
Are you a big fan of Canada?
I am. People are very nice. They're nice, right?
We're pretty
People
nice.
are nice. I think people are nice in Canada.
$5 for saying that.
Thank you very much.
What's one of your favorite things about Canada?
I'm a big fan of poutine.
You are?
Yeah.
How do you like your poutine? Just straight up?
I think straight up.
With some
What are the
ketchup
ways
on the
to have
side?
it? No.
Mayo on the
Because
side?
it's gravy, no?
Well, it's gravy, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't like mixing the sauces with the
sauce.
gravy. I like letting the gravy kind of do its thing.
See, this is a good thing that I'm learning about you. We'll
Right.
make sure that
It's
when you hit
insightful.
Canada,
It's riveting stuff.
now you guys are you're gonna get so much poutine when you come to Canada.
Or gravy thrown at me.
That's okay. Just roll with it. So what are some of your survival tips for going into a big tour like this?
I think take anything that kind of makes you feel kind of homely. I think you're in so many different hotel rooms. It's always nice to have, even if it's just one thing that kind of is the same.
Yeah.
So you feel like it's a little consistent. And I don't know, really, sleep. I usually sleep a lot now when I go on tour. I mean, I haven't done it for so long. I feel like I'm going to have to shake the cobwebs off a little bit.
Do you have anything that keeps you a bit normal, like a little normalcy? Something that...
I mean, I think just doing things in between the shows is fun, and, you know, when you're lucky enough to get to go to so many different places, it's always fun to kind of go out and see the cities and try some stuff like poutine.
Yep.
Did that while I was on tour. Yeah, I think just kind of see what's fun in the city is always good to kind of do that, really.
The touring life isn't easy, but Harry still makes time to find love. Currently linked to model Camille Rowe, he's also rumored to have dated Kendall Jenner, and of course we all know about his fling with Taylor Swift, which apparently inspired her song, I Knew You Were Trouble.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in, so shame on me now.
But these days, Harry's focus is on his music. Releasing his self-titled album back in May, it's the most anticipated debut album of 2017. But it's his single Sign of the Times that powered him to the top of the charts, pushing fellow Brit artist and friend Ed Sheeran off his rank.
Well, I have to say that Sign of the Times is one of the best pop songs of our time, and I'm saying that like
Thanks.
wholeheartedly from from an honest place. And when it knocked Shape of You off the charts, what did that feel like?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm such a massive fan of Ed. He's, you know, amazing, and I didn't really think about that.
I know, it's a pretty big feat.
But yeah, I mean, I'm incredibly happy that it kind of, you know, people liked it and supported it and stuff, and, you know, feel very positive about that. He let me know at the time that he was glad it was me and knocked him off, so that was very nice. But I think he went straight back up afterwards anyway, so
it's okay.
He's all right.
He'll come back.
He's doing okay.
And it seems the respect is mutual. At the time, Ed said he was happy for Harry's success, tweeting, "Genuinely am."
So what were some of your main inspirations for this album?
Obviously, it was my first album, and I feel like it was the first time I got to say some stuff that I hadn't said before. And for me, I think it was a lot about things that had happened to me over kind of years before that I hadn't really written about before. I felt like it was a lot of getting out kind of stories and things that I'd kind of done, and it was a lot of getting off the chest, I think.
People say sometimes with their albums, they feel like they give birth, like they're just like giving birth to like something that's been living inside them for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're in the studio and you finish the music part and that's finished, and then you go off and you do the artwork and all of that stuff, and you come up with the order and everything, you know, you put so much into it that definitely, when you put it out, it feels like such a release.
Yeah.
It was definitely a fun moment. I think we'd done so much work up to it and kind of tucked away, like trying to keep everything secret and stuff, so it was definitely a good feeling to get it out there.
Harry's dream of performing came true at 16 years old when he competes on the 7th season of The X Factor. Wowing judges Nicole Scherzinger and Simon Cowell, they connect him with fellow competitors Niall, Liam, Louis, and Zayn to form One Direction.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else.
5 studio albums, 3 massive tours, and a legion of fans. One Direction is hands down the biggest boy band of the decade. As the youngest member of the clan, Harry's curly hair, wide smile, and sweet demeanor make him a fan favorite. But after 5 years together, something changes. In March 2015, Zayn announces his departure from the group to embark on a solo career. The famous 5 become 4, and just months later, the guys make the decision to take a break.
What do you want to come from this hiatus, personally and professionally?
To feel rested. You know, we kind of need to stop for a minute to think of how great things have gone for us, because sometimes, you know, we've bypassed a lot of successes that we've seen have been amazing but not managed to celebrate them properly. And I think this is the time for us to relax and go, wow, what a crazy journey that was.
And this crazy journey comes to an end 5 months later, with the remaining 4 moving on to pursue individual projects.
I want to quote you. You said, "I wanted to write my stories, things that happened to me. The #1 thing I wanted to be was honest," because I hadn't done that. Why was now the time, and how do you know the difference between sharing too much? Where do you draw the line with your fans?
I'm a pretty private person. I think most of the stuff, even some of the stuff on the album, I would never, you know, choose to talk about. When you're writing, it's quite therapeutic to just kind of get it out and, you know, be vulnerable in that way. And why now? I think it was my first album. I felt like, you know, kind of where I was saying everything. So in terms of that, I guess it was kind of the first time I felt like it was me kind of telling stories. I think it's important to be honest. I think I just look at what I love the most in music, and it's when people are honest, and that's the stuff that I react to and feel connected to and like. And I wanted to make something that I wanted to listen to, and I think if it hadn't been honest, then I wouldn't enjoy it, and, you know, and then kind of what's the point in that?
After the break,
At 23 years old, what would you see yourself doing if you weren't doing this?
I really don't know. I think about it a lot of the time.
Harry reveals his career could have taken a whole different turn.
My teacher told me there were no jobs in it and said pick something else.
That's next when etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester returns. Welcome back to etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester.
How supportive have your family been through the years? I mean, through this whole career?
Very. Yeah, I consider myself very lucky. They've been pretty amazing.
The amazing bunch includes sister Gemma, mom Anne, dad Desmond, and stepdad Robin, who lost his battle with cancer this past summer. Devastated by the loss, Harry knows the importance of family.
They've been great when I've been home, and when I haven't been home, they've been great and been very supportive throughout, really. So I'm definitely very lucky to have them.
And outside of family, Harry finds inspiration through his travels.
You recorded and produced most of the album in Jamaica.
Yeah.
In the same studio that Drake, Rihanna have worked out of.
Similar albums.
Similar albums. I was
Yeah.
going to say, they sound so much alike. It's crazy. What is it about Jamaica? Why did you choose that studio, and did it influence your sound at all?
I think I wanted to get out of the city and cities that I knew, you know, where I had friends and ultimately distractions. So I kind of wanted to just disappear, and I knew about this studio that was in Jamaica, and I knew that it was kind of on its own, and it was one studio, and, you know, it wasn't like a compound or anything. And it was the first time I'd really got to immerse myself in being in the studio, and I found myself kind of falling in love with that part of music so much more than I had before.
And losing yourself kind of in the music, I'm sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
Little bit.
You can totally hear it on the album. I have to ask, obviously, because I'm from the Six, are you
Sure.
a fan of Drake?
Of course.
'Cause ever since I left the city, you
Hotline Bling? Passion
Always.
Fruit?
Great video.
Yeah.
Fan of Passion Fruit.
Have you had any interactions with him?
I haven't really, no.
No.
Can't say that I have.
Well, you're coming to Toronto,
I am.
and he's building his new home there, so you guys can maybe play a game of basketball.
We can hang out. I'm not
Eat
very
some
good at
poutine.
basketball.
It's okay. You can just hang. Maybe he'll come
All
by
right,
the show.
I'll watch.
Okay,
I'll
done.
referee.
Making music is Harry's passion, but I discover it actually wasn't his first career choice.
So I feel like you were born to perform. I mean, from the look, the sound, the name. I mean, it's really,
It's the flair.
it is. It really is.
Sorry.
It's the flair. We both got it. We got
That's
the
a
memo.
good flair. That is a strong flair.
Thank you. But at 23 years old, what would you see yourself doing if you weren't doing this?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I think about it a lot of the time. I mean, I wanted to be a physiotherapist when I was at school. And then my teacher told me there were no jobs in it and said pick something else. So I don't really know. I think if I'd kind of, you know, going back to the start of everything when people would ask, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years and stuff, I never would have kind of guessed that it'd be here, and it's kind of hard for me to think about where I'll be in 5 years or what would have happened. I'm not really sure, but I definitely feel very lucky to be here right now.
Coming up,
Let's talk about acting. I mean,
Sure.
Dunkirk, I mean, wow, what a performance. And
You
also,
saw it?
Yes. And
You
did-
liked it?
Yes.
Harry opens up about his feature film debut and how moving on from his past helped him fulfill other dreams.
When I was in the band, I just didn't have time to kind of do stuff in the way that I would have wanted to do it.
That's coming up when etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester returns. Welcome back to etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester.
Let's talk about acting. I mean,
Sure.
Dunkirk, I mean, wow, what a performance. And
You
also,
saw it?
Yes. And
You liked it?
Yes, and the thing
Great.
is everybody loves it. The reviews are crazy for it. Did you know when you were making it that it was gonna be this successful?
No, I don't think you ever know anything like that in terms of, you know, you don't know what people are going to want and what people are going to like, and I think it's really hard to tell with stuff like that. But I think from our side, from, you know, filming on the beach and just what was happening each day that we were making, I think there was definitely a feeling within the crew of like, we're making something really cool and we think it's really special. We were definitely very proud to be making it, I think, and when it was finished, we were all very proud to have been a part of it, and now I, you know, feel incredibly lucky that I got to be a part of such an amazing story.
Dunkirk was one of the hottest films of the summer, but don't expect Harry to get back on the big screen anytime soon.
Did the acting bug really bite you? Do you feel like you need to go into more projects?
I really loved it, and I would absolutely do that one again. I haven't really thought about it in terms of anything else.
Yeah.
On Tulsa.
Did you always know that you wanted to act, or was it kind of something that came along with the whole music?
I mean, I did some stuff when I was younger, but at school, so when I was much younger, and I definitely enjoyed kind of entertaining and performing and that kind of stuff. I think when I was in the band, really, I just didn't have time to kind of do stuff in the way that I would have wanted to do it. And then when we kind of stopped for a while, I felt like, oh, you know, I might have some time to kind of see what it's like, and then it all happened pretty fast, so I didn't really have a chance to get my head around it, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I loved it.
What are some of your favorite films? Ones from the past that you remember that you always go to, or some that you've seen recently?
My favorite film is Goodfellas. Big fan of Goodfellas, and I love, you know, like Pulp Fiction and stuff like that. Really is my kind of thing.
You like all the good movies?
I like to think so.
He's got a good eye for cinema and fashion. He's not afraid to go bold when it comes to style. And I discover we have similar tastes.
I have to talk about your style because you're wearing a suit that I almost have exactly the same suit.
Very subtle.
Very cash.
Very subtle.
You go to the grocery store in that, don't you?
I did on the way here.
Did you?
Yeah, to pick up a prescription. A little block nose.
It's okay, you're good, you're hanging in. But let's talk about your fashion. Let's talk about what inspires you. Where did you get this amazing suit? And on your press tour, you've been rocking some amazing stuff, too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know, really. I think, I mean, I kind of wear what I feel comfortable in. I don't really know how to, you know, I don't feel like an expert in any way. I kind of just wear what I like. Mm-hmm. And then on stage, I just always think it's such a fun way of kind of adding to stuff. And I think when you look back at people that I'm a fan of, you know, it's always been a part of what they've done. So when I look at people that I admire, I think it's kind of part of why I admire them so much, is them kind of having fun with it. And you know, to me, that just says just kind of have fun with it and do whatever you want. I think being on stage, it's such an amazing opportunity to just have fun. So I kind of like to have fun with stuff, hence the...
I mean, you look like you're having a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Up next,
Let's do some rapid fire. So just like first thing that comes to mind.
Sure.
Liz puts Harry on the spot, and he gets personal.
Top 3 things in your travel bag.
That's coming up when etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester returns. Welcome back to etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester.
Let's do some rapid fire. So just like first thing that comes to mind.
Sure.
Favorite song right now.
Can't Get Next to You, Temptations.
If you could go on one vacation in the world right now, where would you go?
I'd go to Tokyo.
Why?
Just love Tokyo.
Top 3 things in your travel bag.
Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant.
So you have good breath and you smell good.
I feel like those are a solid 3.
That's very solid.
Right?
I would have said like cell phone charger, and
no,
like toothbrush. No, I don't know.
In a travel bag.
No, travel bag, that's smart
No,
though.
you have to go.
Yeah, you're smart.
Yeah.
Good hygiene
Just
is number 1 for Harry.
clean stuff.
Great. If you could only listen to one artist for the rest of your life, who would it be and why?
I would have said Elvis Presley, but I'm gonna say the Beatles because they're wonderful. Mm-hmm. And I feel like with the Beatles you get a bit of everything.
Do you have a favorite?
Rubber Soul.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you have like their discography completely down?
I mean, I think so. Maybe not if you quiz me on it. I'll slip
No, it's okay.
up,
Don't worry. I won't do that. That's not the next question.
Then yes.
You're fine.
All right.
Don't go anywhere. Liz has one more surprise for Harry, and it's a good one.
Do I get to keep the tote?
Yes, of course you do.
Ah.
So you can know that it's Canada's
you.
#1 entertainment show.
Nice plug.
You know what I just did there.
That's coming up when etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester returns. Welcome back to etalk presents Harry Styles Live in Manchester.
Okay, last question. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What is it about coffee? You're from here. You're supposed to like tea.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like milky tea.
Okay.
Really. Coffee. It's black.
Well, I'm glad you picked coffee.
Thank you.
Because we have something here for you. We have something to keep.
So and we got you some tea.
We got you some coffee, and in case you're just feeling like you're missing home, we got you some tea. So this is for on tour.
Thank you very much.
To stay awake.
To keep the tote.
Yes, of course you do. So you can know that it's Canada's #1 entertainment show giving you these
Nice plug.
you know, that I just did there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're so welcome. Stay caffeinated.